Yay!
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. Well, my audio should be a lot better because I'm using the proper microphone now. It was the one off my webcam. Now it's the one I can talk to really closely. Welcome to another episode of the Grindelwald Bastards.
I want to say, don't quit your day job yet,
Yeah, no, I don't
Chris.
think so.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's good that we're doing this after we're live. You can you can trim this off in the edit.
So maybe we should, if the audience, if the audience can hear us, I, yeah, yeah. Yeah, hi everybody. So actually, we started the live show a bit late tonight, and Paul is having some troubles with his
The
mic.
usual technical troubles.
Yeah. So we are trying to make easy things overcomplicated again.
And because we have a large viewer base, I decided I ought to look better on camera, so I purchased a light. So now that's my light off, and that's my light on. So now you can see the side of my face that was always dark, which was this side.
Yeah, but we like the dark side of you. I'm your father. Yeah.
That's a little bit worrying.
Yeah.
Do you need to stop and restart again, Paul?
Maybe.
I wish that.
Now it's there.
Okay,
this is
really
weird.
I wish that you screened the studio mode so people could see everything that was going on in the background here.
Hi guys, I'm finally here in both picture and audio.
Who are you? Who are you?
We should all be audible now. This is. I'm going to try and explain what happened. This is really weird. I did some changes in the setup again because last time the sizes of our videos were linked together throughout all the scenes, which I didn't want because I want to have large pictures in one scene and small in others. So I pulled them all out of the thing, and then my mic was gone. So normally that's not a problem. Just I add the mic as a channel, and that normally always works. The problem now is that while doing the show, I can put this program in studio mode so that I can have on one side is the live screen, and on the other side is a screen that's not live, which I can then fade in, and then you can see what you're fading in. And while it's in that mode, adding a mic doesn't work. It puts it in the list.
That's useful.
That sucks. Obviously, it puts it in the list, but it doesn't create the audio channel for some reason. So, go figure. Anyway, thank you OBS for yet another nice experience. Anyway, we are now there. I think Edwin already said that everything's fine now. Yeah, I think
Great.
so. Yeah, he says. Yeah. Okay. So that's all good.
I think I've adjusted my new toy so the brightness and color is correct.
Yeah,
so
you look
I
way better.
Like me.
Yeah, that's a lot better. So Chris has bought new lights, as you can all probably see, an actual key light, which makes everything better. So step by step, we're upping our game. So that's a good thing. Welcome everybody.
We're very slowly becoming less unprofessional.
Yes, which is good. Let's not become too professional because that would just kill our vibe. Let's talk about some things that we have seen happening over the last 2 weeks. Actually, last week we didn't have a show, and I think one of the things that I think it was just yesterday we had a new Lego unveiling, and Lego has is going to.
It was this morning. Actually.
This morning, okay. Lego is bringing out a new kit, and I'm gonna try and switch to the other. I might lose my audio again now, but I'll just switch to this one. Oh, no, I think I'm still there, so that's good. Yeah,
hyper mode.
So that's fine. This is actually a link to the McLaren's Twitter channel that I got. Guys, you won't see now the screen because I'm probably doing something over it. But it will be fine on the channel. This is the it says it's here. The first McLaren F1 Lego Technic model inspired by our 2021 livery. And there's 2 fans already. And this is a little video of the 2 McLaren drivers unveiling the thing. We don't have audio in this, but that's probably best because that would be annoying probably. But it looks pretty good. What I see here is actually the form of the car is more or less like the 22 car. Colors are very 21, but maybe it's going to be the same. We don't know yet. And they have probably took some guesses. There's a V6 engine there, which you can see.
I think I read somewhere that it is actually the 2021 car.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but if you look at the wheels... It has
They have the 2022 wheels,
but it's.
Now, what was interesting was if you look at the back of the box, if you find a website where they show the box, back of the box appears to show the 2022 car that they've not unveiled yet.
Yeah. So that's weird. Yeah.
So they might have mistakenly just unveiled their 2022 actual car.
Yeah.
But no one. There's a lot of debate. No one can decide whether it is the 2022 car or if it's the F1 mock-up just painted to look like their car.
It might be that. I mean, we have seen all teams like renders of the 22 cars. So it might be off that. I don't know. We'll probably see it in a couple of weeks' time. But obviously, this is all very exciting. It's just something that again. We have to put on the list. The list is getting longer,
and the price isn't super expensive.
It's 180
for a Lego
euros or something.
Yeah, $180.
Yeah, it's also it's about. Let's see if I can bring up this guy. Play this guy. He's going through some of the box art. They say. What they know of it, they don't know a lot of it, but everybody's, as you say, looking at, is this the real 22 car? Is it 2021 car? McLaren says it's the 21 car livery. They say it's a 21 livery or livery, or how do you call it? And so they're not saying it's the 21 car. They're saying it's the 22 car, and but it has the 21 livery. Which obviously is only logical because they couldn't have known what livery with all the new sponsors and everything would be. So that's fine. Although they have some of the sponsors on there. I think it looks great. One of the things that they said is that the tires aren't fair. Well, they're the wets, obviously. It's the blue full wets, but it's the same size from the rear, which is a bit weird because normally, and I think it's still the same in 22, or correct me if I'm wrong, but the rears are wider.
The rears should be wider
than the fronts, and they're not on this car,
sure.
which is a bit, I don't know why they would cut that corner. It's one of the.
Well, but they might not be wanting to give too much away about the 2022 car.
Yeah.
But it looks like it might be the 2021 car as well, because like the air intakes at the front are different. But then again, the front wing looks like the 2022 wing, so it might just be kind of a
mix
of the two, which seems weird. But I don't care. It's a McLaren. It's a Formula One car in Lego. I'm buying it.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah. It's weird. I think Edwin was saying something about audio. 29. No, it's probably okay now. Said Oscar wasn't there, but well. Anyway, probably it's there now. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, it's a great car. It's 1,000 or something pieces, I think. No, 14. 1,400.
1,400.
Yeah.
So that's good, for 180 euros or dollars. That's not too bad, and it looks cool. And it's just something that we all want.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And talking about this subject, I think we might have mentioned it, but the three of us are waiting on the model, the 1/18th scale model of Verstappen's Zandvoort car, the Red Bull that he won the race in Zandvoort with, and there are two brands that are going to come out with the 1/18th scale model. There are 1/43rd scale models too, but we want a little bit bigger one. And I also heard that I think one of the two brands is Spark, and they're going to make a 1/12th scale version of that. Which is obviously also very cool, but probably very, very expensive. So that might be a bit too much. But Mini Champs is building one, and Spark is building one. They're both good brands. Apparently, according to the guy who has this, big store with model cars, he says that Mini Champs are normally a little bit more detailed. And the price difference is not a lot, so he would say that probably getting the Mini Champs is better. So I ordered 3, and now it's just waiting until he gets them. But he hasn't forgotten about it, which I was a little bit afraid of. So hopefully they'll come in a couple of weeks. I think they just released. Sorry, they just released the Imola version. And I don't know if they do it.
Did you say a couple of weeks ago you're now working in a model shop?
That's good, isn't it? So I talked to my boss and I said, well, why don't we have Formula One? He said, yeah, we should probably have those. I said, yeah, you have to have all Verstappen cars, obviously. And he was actually thinking about doing that. Probably these cars will still come from that friend of mine because I sort of promised to buy them with him. But if I can persuade my boss to to start doing that might be a really direct source of getting these cars. Making sure we get these cars. So yeah, that's a good thing too. So hopefully they'll come in. And Edwin is just saying the sound was okay. but we were talking about lights, and the only one that has shitty lights now is Oscar. Well, he didn't say that. But no,
it's
fine. So anyway, that was just a side note from the Formula One Lego thing. You know, it's just it's just great that Lego comes out with these things. I can already see the mocks coming and the mods coming for the Red Bull version. You know, other colors. I don't know. Although there seem to be a lot of parts that are made in orange now, which are not available in other colors. So I don't know if I can really pull it off. And maybe also somebody who finds a solution for the rear tires if they are, you know, wider than the fronts. I don't know. Anyway, it's great even if it doesn't have that. So we should probably all pre-order one. And and you already did, Chris, or didn't you? You pre-ordered one.
Pre-order. No, I went to try and pre-order it, but then it said you can't order it until March the 1st. So I'm going to have to make sure that on March the 1st I'm camping their site pretty quickly.
Push the button. Yeah, I think that car will be sold out
online
really quickly. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, so yeah, Lego Formula One car, really, really cool. I heard the whole Formula One buzz is starting to ramp up again. I can see social media coming up with all kinds of news. We have this epic Instagram post of Princess Louise standing in the Grand Canyon or something, saying "I'm back." Standing in the Grand Canyon saying "I'm back." I'm not sure what he means, but there were all kinds of memes already going on. But it seems like it was just one of his dramatic episodes again, and he's just gonna come back and drive next season.
Of course.
But I really liked the mock-up with Bashi and Adrian.
I haven't seen that.
So, he's standing indeed in the Grand Canyon or something with an orange, red, and yellow trousers or something. So they placed him in front of the Bashi and Adrian caravan.
Great. Oh, cool! I haven't seen that.
And he said, "This is his new team." So.
That's cool.
So that's actually fun.
Yeah, but
I also, speaking on that theme, I think there was somewhere an interview with Max, and he more or less said Princess Louis should shut up and be proud of his 7 titles and not so much whine about this lose. And Max really says, "Hey, I won fair and square, and look at the complete season. I could have won a couple of races beforehand if it was all gone normal." So he should stop. He didn't say it with so many words, but I think underlying it was
gonna be a tense season again. Maybe even more so as
probably
last season, because obviously Lewis is out for revenge, and he's probably gonna play dirty because he just feels like, you know, he's being robbed, you know, the whole thing. So I'm afraid that Lewis will maybe, you know, he will do that and make so many mistakes that he will just not get anywhere. But I think that might be a problem. Then obviously he now has a good teammate again. Which
Russell.
That's gonna be a problem because he can't handle that. He never could, so he probably still can't. And he probably is gonna say, "Yeah, this guy's great, and I'm gonna support him," and until the moment where he becomes quicker, then that all goes away.
And then
so it's gonna be, you know, I'm looking forward to the season. I'm not sure how we're gonna see it because we can't watch it here live. It's gone to another channel, and I heard that Olaf Mol, the reporter that we always had and now isn't the reporter anymore, he has made an app, or he has a cooperation with an app that you can download on your phone. I think it's gonna be a paid app, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's just ads. Which he does the commentary on, and it will be in sync with the race. But then you obviously need to have that channel. So then if you get the channel where you can see the races, then you could opt to have Olaf's commentary with it, which is a bit far-fetched, I think. Anyway.
You'll be able to watch it not live. You'll be able to watch it afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just going to be the same as you, Chris, normally.
Yeah.
We just all watch it.
So there might come some races this year where we're able to watch them live, and I'll have to not say anything to you.
Could be.
No. You should start. You start sharing via Skype your screen.
We do it here on the show. See how that goes. You just.
That wouldn't be an immediate ban from YouTube, would it?
You filmed your video screen. You film your TV, and then see when YouTube kicks us off.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be a ban from YouTube in seconds.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But talking about the app, I did not hear yet that it's a paid app, and it's actually they have a Formula One Grand Prix radio app already. Yeah. Where it is built into. So there comes in a couple of weeks' time an update of this app, and then it's in there. And how I understood it up until now, it's that there's a mixer on this app where you can say slow down his speed, or
you can make
you can
make
really
it in sync with whatever. Yeah,
you are watching.
So they've made it so that you can slow down and speed up Lewis Hamilton live.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
slow down.
Well, that's not a bad idea. There should be something in the car that is completely in connection with the internet, and you can just if 1,000 people, do something on the internet. That car gets 10 horsepower extra or something.
They do that. They do that in Formula E. It's called the fan boost.
It is.
Yeah.
I think so.
I thought something new, but apparently not.
If you watch the electric series Formula E, they have fan boosts. So when they do the vote for the driver of the day, the person that wins the driver of the day, they can then add 10% extra horsepower to the car.
Okay.
Well,
we'll see. Okay.
I mean, it's not that they're adding magically 10%. It's that they never run at full power anyway.
No. It's just they're trying to sort of figure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, it might be a fun thing. So anyway, So that was Formula One. I think I've seen nothing really special. I think the Haas has been released. And.
Tomorrow,
Red
Bull.
Tomorrow.
Wait,
cool.
Did Haas actually unveil their actual car? Because the last time I saw it was still a render.
Okay.
No, it's there. They on the 4th of February they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's So I think the problem is, of course, it's more or less the dummy car. Yeah. With maybe the look and feel of
what they did
because it's still a render. They don't have anybody standing next to it. It's still the render.
Okay. Oh yeah. I think you're right. Well, I know that last years, what they did is they did have the actual car as far as they have it, but there was another livery on it, and then it changed.
So there was an interesting comment that came out about the Haas renderings, which is there's a rule in the FIA rulebook that says that you cannot demonstrate colors or logos on the car that clearly indicate state sponsorship or state support. Oh. And if you look at the Haas car, the front wing is the Russian flag.
Yeah.
And as you know, the colors down the side are as well. But when you look at it from the front, it's the Russian flag. So. There's a question now as to, do you want to piss off Russia and say, no, you can't have the Russian flag on your car, or are they just going to let it go?
Yeah, they're probably going to let it go, but it's the first, we say it, relletje. The first is already there. Yeah, it's going to be epic. Well, we'll see how that goes. So that was Formula One and Lego all in one, which is great. And I think we should probably talk a little bit about Oscar's coffee machine now. because I understood that
Yay!
some things have been happening in the meantime.
Yeah.
Tell us all
For sure,
about
for sure. I think. Yeah. I think I left it the last time 2 weeks ago that I brought it actually on the Tuesday
Yeah.
before the show to a
Yeah.
repair shop, and they said, "Well, we are very busy, so it will take us at least 10 working days before we have a diagnosis of the machine." And then actually the next day, after the show, I got a call, and we found out what it is, and a total to make it again and really do a refurbish of everything, clean it, get new rubbers on it, etc., was 325 euros.
Oh.
So I said, well,
Yeah.
let's do this.
That's...
And then they said, well, yeah, it's very busy, so it will take us 10 working days at least before you have it back. I said, well, don't worry, next week I'm on holidays, so it's fine. We have an espresso machine, so we will make it. And then on
How much is the machine new?
New around 1,700 euros.
Okay, so 350 isn't bad.
No, but of course it's more than 10 years old.
Yeah.
Actually, I made a snapshot out of it. I will try to find it during the talk, but I got on Friday afternoon a message that it was finished already. So I actually was able to collect it before I went on the ski trip last week.
So they said, okay, what's it? Oh, it's the same tube again. So they know that's no problem. Then said, let's call this guy and say it'll cost him 400 euros to fix it, and that is going to be really difficult. And then you said, yeah, that's fine. And then they said, and then they just changed the 10-cent tube and and called. And said, okay, it's done. But do you know what it is? Do you know what they changed in it? What was it?
Well, yeah. So they sent me an image. So I have no idea how this is called in English, but you have, of course, the group after grinding the beans. Yeah. It's pressed. So the coffee is pressed, and then the water is dripping over it. And this complete unit where it's pressed and changed of location to get water upon it and to make coffee, that was broken actually. And so, but that was at the end not really, I think, the problem why the coffee was not coming. But so that for sure changed. And some rubbers, they had a complete plastic bag with some tubes and rubbers in there, what they changed. So if it was necessary, I do not know, but they said we are going to refurbish it. And I think they did. I really think they did.
Joking, but that whole unit where they, there's a lot of pressure probably there to sort of, get the grinding the beans is one thing, but then getting it into that cup and then press it down before the water goes on it. I mean, if that's broken, then it presses it. It just it gets wider, the creek, and then the water comes in, and that'll probably just leak all over everything because it's just. And then with all the rings, the O-rings and everything. But anyway, if it runs for another 2 years or 3 years, it's all fine.
Exactly.
Then there's no problem. Then it's obviously the best way to go. So that's good.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and they give half a year guarantee again for sure. And why should it not work now again for a couple of years?
Normally,
so in August it will break just outside of the 6 months.
Maybe. Well,
probably.
Never know. I don't know. It might be something else that breaks now, but it's worth the gamble. I wouldn't know. You never know, obviously. But,
true.
If it breaks again, I think okay, this is probably it. And
but the main reason why I wanted to fix this one was because I've in the same line a microwave oven and a steam oven, so they have the same look and feel, and you can easily buy, of course, a new coffee machine.
Also change out the other stuff.
So we really hoped to postpone to refurbish complete kitchen.
Yeah. Change the whole
For a
kitchen for
couple
the
of
sake of
For
a 10-cent
yeah.
part in the coffee machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
True.
it's not the first time I would have heard of a story like that. I just need to text this guy. I used to have a friend in England, or I still have a friend in England, who was very sensitive to the different noises that his car made.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it had this weird noise that it made. It started making this noise that sounded like the call bell in an airplane. So we'd be driving along the motorway and it would go.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you'd be like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And he took the car apart trying to find the source of this noise, and he took it to the dealer and tried to find it and changed all these bits and pieces in it. And in the end, he could never find what made this noise. So he just sold the car. He's like, I cannot drive this car with this noise in it. I have to get rid of it. And he bought another car that was newer that didn't have that problem. But we never found out what that noise was.
That's weird. I mean, now we're all.
And well, the funny thing was, the first time I heard it, I'd just come off a flight from America back to England.
Yeah.
So I was jet lagged, and I was used to the sound of the call bell in the airplane.
Yeah.
So I could hear this, and I didn't say anything. And in the end, I said, Terry, mate, is it me, or can you hear what sounds like a cabin call bell of an airplane? It's this sort of type. And he looked at me and went, "Thank God, I thought I was the only one." I'm like, "No, I can hear it as well."
Okay.
And that's when it turned out that he'd spent a long time trying to fix it. And the next week, he got rid of the car. He's like, "No, if other people can hear it, I'm done. I can't drive this car."
I can totally understand that. It would drive me nuts too, but especially the fact that you don't know what it is. I mean, but was it, do you think, or do you know, was it actually a mechanical sound of something that just sounded like that? Or was it an actual electronic, sound in his sound system or whatever?
I don't know. I mean, it was an older car. It was a Vauxhall Senator, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or an Opel Senator. So it was like when would that be? That was sort of
time ago, 80s.
Mid 1990s.
90s, yeah.
And, so we couldn't find anything that was like a bell noise coming from the car, like a warning sound or anything. There were beeps, chimes, but there were no bells. and it didn't sound mechanical, and it only did it when you were going fast, when you were going above 50 miles an hour. And then it was like once every 20 to 30 seconds, you just hear this boom, and I'm like, what is that noise?
It's just,
and it was soft enough, it was quiet enough that you couldn't quite tell where in the car it was coming.
That's always difficult. You can't pinpoint where it comes from.
I mean, we went for a drive one day where we took the rear seat out of the car, and I was lying in the back in the boot of the car into the back seat, trying to hear if the sound came from the back of the car. That's how desperate we got to find this noise. And in the end, we just gave up, and he said, "Screw it, I'm selling the car."
Oh yeah,
I exactly know what it is or was. It's my car has the same sound, but it's you can use your cruise control in two different ways.
Yeah,
like a bell when you are over speeding, that it makes a sound.
Oh, like a limiter.
Like a limiter, so you go over, you push it on 80, and then every time when you go faster, it gives you a poing.
I wonder if he even had cruise control back then.
Well, that's the thing.
Well, if it was a Senator,
I wonder if that's what.
No, of course I do not know if that was it. But
if it's the 90s, and it was like a higher class, like Senator Vauxhall.
Yeah,
it would probably have some sort of cruise control or speed limiter or whatever, and it could have been that. We should probably Google it.
Could have been in limit.
We should Google it and see if that was it, and then you can.
But it was just so funny. We had that car in pieces trying to find what was making the noise, and in the end, he just sold it.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, I think. For the fun of it, you just should tell him this story.
Yeah, I should tell him.
So
by the way,
I found out what it was.
Yeah, do you remember that noise your Vauxhall Senator made? We finally found out what it was.
Yeah. Well, it's a shame we don't have a community at all, because if 20,000 people were watching this, I'm sure that people would come up with all kinds of ideas or solutions, or people would actually know what it was because they had the same thing. That would have been cool. But now obviously it's totally not gonna happen. But maybe going on Google, maybe Google it. Weird sound on my voxel senator. I mean, what was that the Opel Omega or Oscar in Holland?
I think it was the Senator also.
Oh wait,
Senator.
no, it wasn't.
Opel Senator. Yeah, but that was
Senator.
older.
It was the Vectra.
Oh, Vectra.
It was the
Sorry.
It was the Vectra B.
Oh, it was a Vectra.
Okay.
I know we had an Opel Senator, but that was older. That was 70s. And later on we had obviously Vectra and others. So okay, it was a Vectra. Oh, but
so
but
it was
that
it
time
was either a very late Cavalier or a very early Vectra.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm almost certain it was a Vectra.
Yeah. Probably is.
But I just remember driving down the motorway with me in the back with all of the seats out in his garage.
That's a funny story, and it would drive me crazy too. I mean,
so changing your whole kitchen for the sake of a broken coffee machine, not completely unheard of.
No.
Selling your whole car just because of a
sound.
Oh well. So actually in the machine you can find there's a display of course on it, and in the settings you can find how many coffee cups you brewed. So it's roughly 11,000 coffees we
so
made.
It does get some use then.
I
suppose 11,000 cups of coffee for however many years, that's not bad. I mean,
no,
it's I think let's keep it on around 1,000 cups per year, I think.
And it was €350 to fix it.
Yeah, not even 300 at the end.
So that repair cost you 3 cents per cup of coffee. That's pretty good.
That's good. I can obviously see with an espresso you can exactly see how much coffee you made because of the cups you bought, and I can say that it's substantially more than 1,000 a year, but it's crazy. Yeah. But then again, a lot of people drink coffee here, and then you've got people coming over, and when I worked at home, I obviously had a couple a day. So it goes very quickly.
A couple,
maybe 3 or 4.
And that's of course for us the last or the first 8 years of this machine. We were always on the road during the week, never working from home, and now the last 2 years we are working from home. So every day it's 8 cups or something.
We've talked about this coffee machine so much. We need to do an episode where you're on the phone so we can actually see the coffee machine.
Exactly. We do an ASMR or whatever. You heard the sound.
It's been a pivotal part of this show for probably a year now.
Oh yeah, it's become.
Nobody knows what it looks like.
We should probably you should make some pictures of it, send it to me, and I can probably work it into our logo somehow.
The famous coffee machine.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, that's no problem. I have some images. Yeah, I have some images.
Okay, guys. Yeah, that's a fun story. Yeah.
So and the nicest thing was that my Nespresso machine was available then to take it to Austria to my ski trip. So we got good coffee there as well.
That really makes a difference, if you have a good cup of coffee, even if it's Nespresso, it's good enough. It's better than most.
Yeah.
And
what are the I know we don't talk about the thing we can't talk about on the show, but when you're traveling to Austria and coming back into Holland, what are the restrictions like now? Was it fairly easy, or did you still need to do tests and everything?
It was very easy, yeah.
So, I mean, do you need like proof of vaccination? Because we're now starting to look at when we might come over to Holland again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, well, it's depending still country by country, I think. But it's for me. I'm actually I've only two shots, so no booster yet. And then going into Austria, I needed a negative PCR test, and coming back, nothing whatsoever.
All right.
So,
It was weird. We were in Germany last week, and it's different there because they're less strict in some ways, because you can just go into bars and you have to wear your face mask, but when you sit down, everything's fine. They don't have any limits there, and they don't actually do tests in most of the bars we were. But in a restaurant, we've had the most strict test that I've ever seen. They needed to see our QR codes and our ID, and then they were actually checking the dates on our vaccinations, and then they looked at all these things. They screened it fully to the full extent of what they could do. In order to
so does the Dutch QR code work in Germany, or did you have to get another one?
That's funny that you'd ask, because there is another one. There is a Dutch and an international QR code, but it's both in the same app. But the thing is that they're both slightly different, because I found out that when I got my booster, I needed to manually sort of load that into the app, and then you have to do, you have to make contact with, some sort of thing, and then it's in there, and then it's added to your QR code. But
I know if we come to Holland, we're going to have to try and get. I think we have to go to the Rhythm in Utrecht or something.
But
then they will give us a code or something.
The thing is that I updated that, but it only updated the Dutch code, so it didn't actually update the international code. So I was there in that, in line, frantically making that QR code work internationally, and then I just in time could get it working and could get in. But that was a bit weird. But anyway, so
well, if we decide to come over again, I'll hit you up for the latest information on what.
Of course, yes. We're gonna have another show of our government next Tuesday. And I hear several things. Some say they'll keep it the same for a while, and then you relieve everything. Or some say they're already gonna lift a lot of restrictions, because the whole country now is sick, and there's just and not a lot of people are going into the hospital. So I think it's that. It goes from a pandemic to an endemic. I think, and that's where we are now. And then it's probably, hopefully, over with the whole thing. So we're hoping a bit to have the restrictions lifted next week.
Okay, well, keep me informed.
We will definitely keep you informed. So that's good. So I have no news. I'm so crazy busy that I don't have time for hobbies, so I can't show you anything with that. I also don't have time for doing test drives on electric vehicles, which I'm gonna extensively film and comment on.
I'm looking forward to that when you get round to it.
I am too, but I just can't get around to it yet. So I will, and I will take my GoPro and I'll just film my experience on electric cars when I get to it, which would be fun as soon as I get time to do it. So I don't have a lot to share this week, and maybe we should just wrap it off if there is nothing else that we need to talk about.
No, the big news was the McLaren F1 car, the Lego F1 car.
That's big news, and let's see what maybe some videos and tests will pop up.
Make sure that you set up the crowdfunding campaign on our channel so that we can get free ones.
We'll
because it's worked so well for the clock and for the money for the coffee machine for everything else.
We should
and the
probably,
Technic and
push it a little bit more, and maybe do some sort of ad about it or something. If I find time, I can probably do that. Anyway, thanks all for watching or listening to this again. A little bit shorter episode this week, but we're just trying to keep this going every week. That's more important, I think. And we will all see each other, I think, next week, because I think I'll probably be available. And if the two of you are available too, then we'll be there in a week's time.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, and see you all next week.
Subscribe
and like, and do the whole.
like.
Bye bye.
Bye.